we are live. Check the feed real quick.
Ready to go. Let us know, guys, when you hear us.
Because sound is what makes all of this worthwhile.
Pretty much.
Oh, hey, there's a Borderlands panel. That's cool. What's even going on? Oh, PAX South.
Yeah.
We got guildies over there?
We have guildies. Oh, yeah, Kim was there doing stuff. Nice.
Nice.
Alright, we got a good feed. So, let's see. Who's leading this three-ring circus?
I am leading this three-ring circus, so please mute your mic.
Yep.
Mickey to the top of the document. Let me know when we're good to go. We are. All right, are we live?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome to episode 223 of the podcast celebrating the AIE Octa
Time out.
game. Yes?
Hold on,
You skipped a
start over.
whole
You
lead-in.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Yes, I should. All right then. Take two. You know me the countdown because I'm supposed to. All right. On this episode of the AIE Podcast,
We have a new guildie of the month.
Nomads in Minecraft.
Blackrock Foundry is opening soon.
Guild Wars 2 has news!
What?
I know.
And Dux is here to talk to us about AIE in Lord of the Rings Online.
All that and more coming up now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode 223 of the podcast celebrating the wonderful AIE Acta Est gaming community. This is Makala. With me, as always, is Aludra.
Hey, AIE, I think you're awesome.
And right over there, we have Tetsemi.
Ow! I think I hurt my spreadsheet.
Ooh.
Yes. This week, we're joined by our very special guest, Dux, who is here to talk to us about AIE and Lord of the Rings Online. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, guys, what's everyone been up to in game this week? Aludra, why don't you go ahead and tell us what's going on?
Well, I'm in game. Yeah,
Yes!
I had to take like a very small break in between raid nights, and it was really difficult. But I wasn't playing, and then I had to run back in and catch up. But I upgraded my pants to like tier 3 of crafting, and so
Pants.
now I've got like super pants, and that's awesome. And I found out I'm the only mage in our raid team stubbornly holding on to fire spec because no, I'm not going arcane. No. Other than that, I've been wicked sick. Like, wow, hey, have a fever, Aludra, because you don't need to be healthy right now.
No, no
So-
one needs that.
No, exactly. And so, yeah, it's been an adventure for me. I've been laying in bed, eating some chocolate,
Ooh, bonbons?
leveling my pants. No. Yeah, leveling my pants. You heard me. I heard it too. Kind of regretting the word choice, but there we go.
It's impressive, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
We all need leveled pants.
Yes, we do all need leveled pants, because leveled pants are happy pants, and everybody needs happy pants.
And we won't go to about what our raid night attire is. Anything else that you've been doing, Aludra?
Not really. I found out there's an upper limit in Borderlands 2, or Borderlands the pre-sequel keys. It's 255. The game keeps just giving me 50 keys at a time every time I log in. So 255 golden keys is the limit in Borderlands the pre-sequel, just so y'all know.
Good to know. And knowing
Yeah.
is half the battle, right?
Go, Joe!
Hey, Ted, what have you been up to in game?
Not a whole lot. Just mainly raiding and still recovering. I did somehow managed to get a third tune to 100. So
Oi.
I have my warrior, I have my DK, and I have my hunter now at 100, and I'm been helping Vakella and McCullough with their tunes as well. So just puttering around game.
Yeah, someone decided to clean up my garrison and opened up fishing. Here's the deal with McCullough. She never fishes. I now have a 115 in fishing because someone opened the dang shack and started up. Thanks.
Okay there, MK? Did you lose something?
No, did you not hear me?
No, I'm just saying because you lost focus midway through your sentence. So I was like, are you
No,
okay?
I was just commenting about my husband opening up fishing for me, which I don't do.
Yeah, I fish.
I don't.
Stupid fishing.
Nope.
Apparently, to be an alchemist nowadays, you need to fish.
Oh, there is that, yeah.
A lot. Lots
So
of lot of
McCullough,
fishing.
what have you been up to?
We banged our head against Tectus multiple times this last week. That was a blast.
See how enthused we all were about that? We're all on the
Really,
same
it
raid
was
team,
so
so she
much
says that, and there's just
fun.
dead silence, because it's like we all hate that boss now.
So much. But I will say, with every time we wipe, which is we're now up to 20, I am understanding the fight more and more. And a personal accomplishment is I only die when they say wipe it. Wipe the raid. So that I'm happy about. I'm not like, the first one to die. And that's always good.
Yeah, that's always a huge milestone, I think, in every WoW player's career, living through the wipes.
Right. Besides that, not much in WoW, but in other gaming stuff, in our D&D group, we finished basically book 1 of the story. So we're done with like the first part of the campaign. We won. So, and the super scary big bad of that part of the campaign is now dead. So that's a great thing. So that's about what's going on with me. So, Dux, what have you been doing in Lotra or any other game?
Well, mainly been playing Lord of the Rings Online. Still working on a lot of the level 100 stuff, and then a little bit of Diablo, and then my buddy Ben Apolos, he got me back into Star Wars. So
Oh, nice.
Ooh, all the games, huh?
it's nice. I've been away for, I think, over a year and a half. So it was kind of cool to come back and things are still there.
And the great thing about the Star Wars guild here, or our Star Wars group, is there's always something, even though it's a little smaller than, like, say, WoW. There's always, mandatory fun nights and raid groups on both sides, so that is great.
There's a lot of really good people there.
There really are.
Sorry, so shall we go on to general news?
Yes, let us move on to the news.
Yes.
All right. We'll be digging into Lord of the Rings Online shortly, but let's cover this week's news.
Hey, guess we're looking on the right part of the document.
AIE News.
I thought she had just paraphrased that.
Right?
Just talked over the bumper like normal.
Yeah, like always. All right, so Guilty of the Month. Avershet, a.k.a. Arv, from SWTOR. The game we were just talking about, Tets, please stop doing that, is continually in the lead, maintained, and recently expanded the operations team he's been hosting for a year now. And he regularly helps any and all guildies with crafting missions, general quests, and etc. Anything he can think to help you with, he's there helping you. With the recent expansion, he's done a bunch over the past couple of weeks to help people get geared up and ready for the new operations. He hangs out in Mumble most nights, ready to say hi, answer questions, lend a hand. So let's all take a moment to congratulate Arv for all that he does in AIE. And just remember, if you want to nominate a Guilty of the Month, the email address is gotm@aie/guild.org. My co-hosts are very mean people, as they keep clicking around the document just so their names block words I'm trying to read.
And words are hard.
Yeah, you guys are just so great. So, So, the AIE Fund Drive is still ongoing. Right now we are at 50% of our goal. Your donations help us fund Umami, the meetup site, Mumble, and the new project, the new infrastructure we have implemented over the summer still needs funding. So you can donate on the meetup.com site, and also if you want to plan an AIE event, Meetup is the perfect place to do so. Finally, the nomads aren't actually roaming. Whoa, that tripped me up. The nomads aren't roaming anywhere new in February. Mostly because
they're distracted.
Yeah, they're having too much fun in Minecraft. Well, I can understand that. I'm building a big pink castle in Minecraft. It's
Shocker.
really cool. Yeah. Loutlook may or may not have bought some Minecraft hosting with the goal of running a Tekkit server. If you're interested, hit him up in the Imperium Ludite section of the forums, because we have forums, and they're where you go.
Yay! BlackRock Foundry opens February 4th in World of Warcraft with normal and heroic difficulties available. Plus, at the same time, the world boss Rukamar becomes available in Spires of Iraq, as if that zone needed more stuff in it.
Yeah.
On February 10th, Mythic difficulty becomes available. Raid Finder opens for Wing 1 on the 17th of February and Wing 2 on the 24th. There is a forum post all about it.
Forums!
Do you want forums? Use them. Speaking of which, do you want a raid? Plenty of new and old raid teams are recruiting. And the benefits of being part of such a large guild is that there are raids every day of the week at a wide number of times. Hit up the team recruitment section of the AIE Azeroth forums. The mistress of RP herself has posted a World of Warcraft parody song sung to the tune of the popular Let It Go song. So if you're tired of your kids singing the overplayed song from Frozen, take a look at the forums and get new lyrics stuck in your head.
And I apologize, I really should have said Iron Tribe, the mistress of RP. Pardon my bad writing. Hey, and a second ago we mentioned that meetup site. Well, guess what? We have a good size Star Wars contingent in the Minneapolis area. That looks like the gang is looking for a February 3rd meetup they've been talking about on the forums. So if you're in the area, throw on your favorite classic Star Wars tee and enjoy the fun. Also, still ongoing on SWTOR, they still have that Tuesday mandatory fun night. And this week they are running the Republic side. And our aforementioned Guildie of the Month, he is looking for DPS for an Amp-side 16-man ops team, Sith with Unlimited Power, and gosh don't I love that name. They run Wednesdays at 8:30 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, that is a cool name, I will say.
It really is.
All right, so, dun dun dun. Guild Wars 2 is currently 75% off, and on top of that, ArenaNet announced at PAX that a new expansion is on the way, Heart of the Thorns. There isn't a release date yet, but right now we know that there's a new profession specialization that's open up to the new weapon type. Yeah, I said that right. A new profession called the Revenant, a new zone, Heart of Maguma, hang gliding, because heck yeah, guild versus guild, new legendary items, and guild halls, not only a meeting place, but where you can also open up a new raid. And thanks to Velenos on the forums for posting all this information in a place that, you know, we're not having to dig around on their site.
Awesome.
Yep.
Also in Final Fantasy, www.world-alerts.com has a tool that will scan when the servers are allowing new characters to be created, and when it is, it will send you an email. It's a neat little tool if you're looking on getting on Gilgamesh to hang with AIE.
And with all that great news, let's go back to Dux and find out exactly what is going on in AIE in Lord of the Rings Online.
Yeah, because we had to avoid talking about it.
Well, I guess the first thing I'll lead off with is there was recently a charity done. The company itself is Turbine. They make the Lord of the Rings. They make Dungeons and Dragons Online, Asheron's Call, I think. Not sure what else, but they did a charity. One of the community leaders there, he paired with the Children's Miracle Network in Boston, and they raised $60,000. Anyone that
Wow.
donated got if you donate $5, you get a certain amount of stuff in game, and if I think it goes up to 25. I know there were a couple people in AIE that actually did donate, like myself, and so we're going to be getting our prizes. I think early February 2nd. So it's 2 in-game pets, a bunch of cosmetic gear, a bunch of horses, a couple of titles. So look forward to that. If you're listening to this, it's coming out soon. The actual event, I think, ended December 31st.
What a
That's
wonderful
exciting.
fundraiser.
It was pretty neat. They've done this a couple times over the years, and one of them happened so long ago, I couldn't remember where I got the gear from. And it just keeps appearing every time I create a new character. And then I happened to cross the Twitter feed for Rick Heaton, who is a Sapiens, for Turbine themselves. There you go. Otherwise, we've had 2 major updates since we last talked. Update 15, and then Update 15.1.
Oh.
I know,
That's
the
one great
point
thing
one's
about
kind of the
Lotro.
scary part.
The Lotro,
Yeah.
it is nice because they are really great about very regular updates.
The re-updating is what I just mentally
Yes.
named it.
Ooh.
Go for it.
Yes,
okay
I
with that.
did. Yeah.
So
It's done.
15, we got a new class. They're called the Bjorning. If you saw the Hobbit movie, you meet Bjorn. I don't know if you read the Hobbit itself. He's a skin changer, and basically in this you have a new class. They start in a new area called the Vale of the Anduin, which is the river up north, and they can they're basically a support class, DPS, and then kind of a tank. I'm still haven't seen the tank side of it yet. I've seen a couple that are level 100 already that have done really well in instances as healers and as DPS. Yeah, they can transform into a bear. The bear itself will match the person that they are normally when they're walking around, so they have a series of tattoos or facial markings that then translates to the bear's skin and coat.
Ooh.
Also,
Like druids, but better because that stuff translates.
well, you get your druid, you get your tree form, you get your panther, or gosh, don't they also have like a sea lion? I think.
Yeah.
Otter? Something.
I don't remember.
It's a
so
sea
long.
lion because it's got a goofy face, and I don't like the goofy face, so I always glyph it to Orca.
Be nice.
I don't have to be nice.
Okay.
It's just commentary.
Anyway.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So they also added in Epic Battle, which is the city of Pelagir.
Cool.
And for that, it's it started out as solo duo, and now they've finally gone in with update 15.1 into a 6-person instance. And that one is one of the ways to really get tokens for new raid gear, for just new items in general, including things like cosmetic pets back in Dolan Roth, whatever. We did that, I think, the last time we were here when I was here with Apollos.
Mm-hmm.
They added a new region, which is Central Gondor, 3 subzones. The subzones themselves, we have like 4 new reputation grinds, which is just as painful as they always are. But
The other
Rep
rep
grinds.
grinds. Doesn't matter the game, they're painful.
yeah, no matter what game you go to, there they are. We continued the epic story, and then lots of fixes, tweaks and stuff like that. And really, they kind of put the Bjorning class out there as here it is. We ran it through alpha, we ran it through beta on the dev server. What do you think? And then 15.1, the list of updates was huge.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So people thought quite a bit about it.
They're
Quite
really
a bit,
updating
yeah.
now.
The forums are always a scary place.
Always.
Any forums for an official game are.
Yeah. 15.1 came out just a few weeks ago, I believe, maybe a month or so ago. And that is essence changes. They caught folks that were basically taking one of the best essences you can get, an essence being in the Star Wars SWOTR sense, where you can take a component, add it to a slot on your gear, and upgrade the power of that gear. And you have a certain amount of essence slots that you can fit these things to. They noticed that people were taking the best essence and just loading it up in all of their gear into each slot instead of a slot, say, it's designated for.
Oh, I see. Gaming the system there. Where we?
Total min-max. Just
Yeah.
min-max from the classic sense. So what they did is they made it so now you can only have that one essence in one piece of gear, and now it's just one character.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get that really good one, yeah, you're done. You're not going to put it in every piece. And you're not going to put it on every piece. You're not going to put it in every slot. Lots of joining tweaks, lots of just instance tweaks, and really the biggest news lately has been the roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
The roadmap is we have a new community producer named Athena. I can't remember the lady's last name. She has now stepped up and basically wrote a January letter to the community saying, here's our plans for the first half of the year for 2015, and just posted it out there. So,
wow.
one of the ones a lot of people are concerned about is the legendary items. Legendary items are something that basically they started around right before you get into Moria, so around the 50s. And you can take that item, and as you level up your character, the item itself levels up.
Oh, that's so cool!
Oh, great. Okay.
Well, it's become a huge, huge thing because now we're level 100, so you could have 60, 70 levels or more if you want on your item, on your primary weapon, and then usually a secondary item also. It's gotten to be really big, kind of complicated, and I think it's gotten a little cumbersome, and that's why they're looking to redo it. So
well,
the idea
yeah,
with
because it sounds like, the proper way to gear is, okay, at level 50 you go here and you grind out that weapon and then you keep it with you.
if you can get what they call a second age item. So, Lord of the Rings has got first age, second age, third age, and the end of the third age is where you see the Lord of the Rings movies themselves. And then the fourth age is barely covered by anything Tolkien ever wrote, and it's basically done. Over.
Like is in the Silmarillion, or where?
The Silmarillion is basically a bridge of the first and second age.
Okay,
yeah.
So in the Silmarillion, you actually have things like Akalabeth, which is the fall of Numenor.
Mm-hmm.
You have first age stuff. It's all of Tolkien's notes that he kind of put together. And Christopher Tolkien, his son, kind of came along and went, oh boy, put everything together.
A lot of stuff.
Tried to make it look, kind of organized, and then published it. It's a ton of stuff. It's a lot of really short stories, but some of them go pretty deep because sometimes the names will change, for characters that are already established. Because Tolkien, while he was writing, was trying different name combinations and trying to figure out, do I really like this name versus this name?
Well, so much he was creating his own language, his own nomenclature.
Yes.
All of that. So, yeah, that's very understandable.
Yeah, and he wanted to reference... Yeah, and he wanted to reference his own history, and that stuff's really hard. I mean, we're talking thousands of years of history. Of course he has notes that are crazy.
And he kept going back and tweaking things. So, that's where the reading the Silmarillion is, to some folks, kind of like reading the Bible. It can be convoluted because it is little pieces that were assembled together.
Yeah, trying to make a big picture, but halfway through you're going, do I like this picture?
Right. Or, hey, I'm going to go over here now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did I rename him? Let's see. Press Control F in Word. Find. Okay, find and replace.
Yeah, too bad that paper doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
No.
So, the legendary items, back to legendary items, they're going to try and imbue them. And this new thing, they're just calling it imbuing. They're not saying a whole lot about any details. It's just you're going to be able to imbue your item. How this will affect it, you can take it beyond its current level. You can make it more powerful. So they're really playing it close to the chest. They haven't said much, but it was really the small piece of the roadmap. The best stuff is new instance cluster. Yay. It's going to be in the city of Osgiliath, which is located between Gondor, Mordor, or Minas Tirith and Mordor. So we'll have a new instance cluster. We're going to have instances for level 100, so folks are not basically standing around looking at each other going, you want to go run Tarlong's Crown again? Which is a local area, and it's neat. And then they're going to put in a new thing they're kind of playing with called roving threats. Roving threats are AI-controlled warbands of enemies. Very similar to what they've had in the past with Rohan, but much more powerful, so like raid level. Almost like in Warcraft, where you would just have a roaming world boss, the old world bosses I remember from Vanilla. You get enough people kind of all standing around going, you want to do this? Okay, let's do this.
Right.
And then you go for it, and you can get really high-level treasure and loot out of it. So the instances themselves they're going to put in Dulskiliath, those are projected to be variable level. So you can go into there from whatever level range you are, and you can queue for it and go. And it's adjusting for your level range.
Oh, good.
Nice.
You can queue for it. It's not completely random, so you're not going to get one-shotted.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, who invited the level 20?
Uh-oh. Well, there goes the party.
Game over. They call quality of life improvements are coming, which is going to be, they've had some bugs that just have always stuck around. People just kind of go, whatever.
Right.
They're doing some bug hunting. The whole server merge idea has been tossed around, or more powerful servers. I don't know if they're really going for the sense of like what CCP Games does with Eve, where they have one monolithic server, high-speed interconnects between them, or if they're going to go with like what Warcraft has done, Blizzard does, where they have, server blade, is the kind of stuff I deal with down at work, so it's always curious for me in the back end.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And then episodic content.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got your epic storyline, which has been going since level 1. And they're already into like volume 4, book something or other now. They're going to be bringing in not so much that big picture, level 1 through 100 quest line, but a quest line that just affects you in this small region. And so kind of bringing quests together and chaining them together to make them into one coherent progression, instead of it just being, talk to this person, do this for them. Then they kind of look at you and go, hey, you want to go get more? You want to go kill 10 rats? Giving it some kind of continuation, and then letting it go from there.
That's great, though. I mean, I love that. They seem really involved with their player base, and games that are really involved with their player bases just are so much more fun,
Certainly. Now, with the episodic content, does it vary per class, race, anything like that, or do we know yet?
They haven't said a single thing.
Okay, so it's
Ouch.
coming soon, TM, how they're going to do
Yeah.
that. Got it.
Mostly, all of this stuff that I've mentioned under the roadmap is really, they're saying by June.
Okay.
They should have it either in-game or they should have it near in-game.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's cool. You get to watch it evolve.
Who knows? We'll see what pops up on Bull Roar, which is the PTR realm for Lord of the Rings. Whatever they can figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big ones that folks have actually been waiting for, and Lord of the Rings has been around now for 7 years, is a new PvP area, or what we call it PvMP, because you can't really be a bad guy in that sense.
Yeah, you guys are all the good guys' armies together. I mean, you can't just,
You're not going to be an orc.
bring back... Yeah, you can't bring back old prejudices. We're fighting for the greater good.
Correction.
You can?
You have to switch from the regular mainline game itself to Monster Play.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, the players without being a monster. I mean, like, they're not going to let elves and dwarves duke it out against each other in a battleground.
Yeah, that'd get kind of ugly.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Because everybody'd be picking on the hobbits.
Definitely. Let's leave the little ones alone, shall we?
Hey, hobbits are so lazy they won't even date each other without a freaking adventurer coming in and sending love letters to and from each other. And yeah, so I can see why they'd get picked on, because that was
I
like
remember
2
that
hours.
quest.
Yes, wasn't there like 2 hours of love letters just for her to go, okay, well, if he loves me, he'll dump his dog, and him to go, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Exactly.
No, it didn't work out that way. Yeah, right outside.
Yeah.
That's right outside of Staddle near Bree.
Yes,
right
it
on the
is.
edge of the Midwater Marshes. And you're running love letters back and forth for this hobbit and this poor guy with this sick dog, and it goes nowhere.
Yeah, it does
You
go
get a cape
nowhere
out of
because
it.
she's mean. She's
I
like,
got a
okay.
cape out of that. You get a cape out of it. It's like level 11 or 12, something like that. It's like,
She was all, ditch your dog and I'll be your girlfriend. And I don't blame him for going, no.
Someone has issues, clearly.
Clearly.
Hey, Dux, remind me, is this a pay-to-play, free-to-play, subscription-based? What's the setup with Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings is free to play. Probably 3-4 years ago it's been.
Mm-hmm.
They went free to play model. There's a system whereby you can get turbine points, and the turbine points you can buy them whatever, and then spend them to unlock zones, unlock buffs for your characters, additional character slots, standard stuff. Then from there, I'm not always very up on what's going on with the free-to-play model because I missed it. So
Got it. Okay.
that's what Van usually talks about.
Now, what
this
happens
Van
is
Flow guy.
there's starter packs you can buy. I'm looking at Steam because why
Right.
not? There's starter packs you can buy, like the Steely Dawn starter pack, and there's a lot of DLC. The base game is free,
Mhm.
but sometimes there are a couple of things behind paywalls. Now, some
Yes.
quests can reward turbine points, but you can mostly just buy them yourself and, like, here's your turbine wallet, yay! And do that sort of thing. And then unlock more features, but they're not as intrusive as they could be. They are there, you are aware, but it's not like it could be.
Yeah, turbine points can be gained in game. You can purchase them with real money if you want to, but you can actually get them in game through increments of 5 and 10 typically by doing deeds. And the deeds are, you delivered pies in the Shire, or you collected all of the spoiled pies in the Shire, so
remember
Holly Goodwin doesn't get a bad reputation. You can deliver mail for the postmasters, and so you can be the, so-and-so of the quick post. Avoid the nosy hobbits, avoid the hungry hobbits. Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yes,
yeah, they
because
are.
the hobbits.
Hobbits. So by getting these turbine points, you're getting them in very small increments, but usually you don't need them too much. There are areas that in order to get in there, you really do have to. You're going to want to spend those points. You're going to want to buy a pack itself when they go on sale, like in a Steam sale, for things like the North Downs or Trollshaws. Skip the Trollshaws if you can. Skip the Trollshaws. Personal experience.
Hey guys, you heard it here first. Trollshaws not making for the happy pants. Got it.
No, it was not. It was not a fun area. I remember that.
Trollshaws was just painful, and I went through it so many years ago. It was just kind of like, I think I've done that.
He's
I'm not gonna do it
traumatized.
again.
You guys, he's traumatized. It's been years, and he still knows
That-
we don't
not
go there.
good. Yes.
We just blocked out the experience.
My captain sits in his house and just kind of sits there and shivers when he thinks about it.
Great. PTSD for your character. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So, the last thing on the roadmap that is probably one of the biggest for a lot of the fans is the new PvP zone. We've had the Ettenmoors in for quite a few years, and that is where you go do monster play.
Mhm.
You log in on your monster, which for AIE we are AIE babies, and we are a rank 9 tribe led by a Defiler healer named Murkrot, and then we've got Lotwooks in there, I know for sure, and I think I got Ben in there and a couple other folks. So we have our own tribe, and you log in on your monster and you go play. So they're adding a
So
new
the
one.
monster, not AIE, but the monster tribe is I Eat Babies. Yes, because I was just confused there for a minute going, why would we want to be that?
The monster tribe.
But Monster
name.
Tribe I Eat Babies, that's a good
Yes.
name for a monster tribe.
That
And
makes
a
perfect
tip to the
sense.
hat of AIE.
I remember that name from AIE's history, and I thought, you know what? How more appropriate could that be?
That's a great
And it
way
won't
to-
get banned and changed in this game, apparently.
No, and it never has.
That's
That is
awesome.
so great because, yeah, I would fear a monster tribe called I Eat Babies.
I Eat Babies,
they're
right,
very
exactly.
direct. You know what they're all about.
Yes,
They're
it's kind of a
gonna eat the
statement.
babies. Yeah.
It's really a statement, and we do spend a lot of time when we're playing in our monsters. We spent a lot of time in the Hobbit village of Horwell,
Oh my God.
and
It's a
There's
mission
a lot of
statement,
hobbits there.
is what it is. It's a mission statement for the
don't tell-
monster.
Please tell me we don't eat the Hobbit babies.
you don't really see any Hobbit babies.
Okay, good.
But there's lots of Hobbit farmers, Hobbit villagers, Hobbit guards, Hobbit.
Everything.
Yeah, they're all open targets. It's all good.
That makes sense.
Hey, if they're going to be there, they better know what they've signed up for.
Mm-hmm. To be eaten.
Yeah.
And I have one question as a follow up or continuation is, where are we in the storyline?
The epic storyline itself, okay. So recently we checked in with Frodo and Sam as they were making their way through the Dead Marshes. They are heading now out of the Dead Marshes and toward the Black Gate.
Did you warn them about their traveling companion?
I was actually playing as Sam.
Okay, so you know all about that scary Gollum guy.
He seemed like a stand-up guy.
No, not to Sam.
It was pretty cool. They had that session play stuff, so you get to step right in there and you're playing in the Dead Marshes, and it was just like, oh man, I'm in the freaking Dead Marshes.
So if somebody,
This is nice.
if somebody were to join now, could they play through everything, or could they only like do the most recent stuff?
Oh god, if they sign up now,
storyline-wise.
they start at the beginning and they got to work their way through. That's
Cool. That's
always
the
one of
point.
the most daunting things, but it's also one of the good things, because no matter what, you come in, you're going to go through it, but then you also got to go through it.
Yeah. It's
You're
like
not gonna
looking
jump
at the
levels.
level cap going, geez.
Yeah.
That's a lot of level cap.
Otherwise, we also, besides hanging out with Frodo and Sam in the Dead Marshes, let's see, the Corsairs of Umbar were off the coast of Dol Amroth, which is a coastal city at the mouth of the Anduin, and they were basically getting ready. Aragorn's already passed through the realm of the dead, and he has enlisted the help of the dead themselves, and now we're seeing the Corsairs of Umbar, because now we're in central Gondor. Central Gondor is actually a little bit south of Minas Tirith itself, downriver. So the Corsairs, if you remember in the movies, there's a scene where Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, they get on the boats. They capture those pirate ships. They take those ships actually up river. And we're at the point now, we're in that area. So now the coastlines themselves are covered with Corsairs, which are basically a pirate model. The Corsairs are a group of people that lived further south in the city of Umbar, which used to be a Gondorian, Numenorian port city. So they're all relatives of the folks in Gondor, but they've basically fallen under the sway of Sauron.
So they're humanoid or humans?
Yep.
Okay.
It's typical pirates, very much pirate type. And so you've got pirate ships out in the water, and in some of the quests you fight on board the pirate ships themselves. You take out the captains, you light the ship on fire, you swim to the next ship, you do it there. And they're basically working their way up the coastline. Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas have already gone on ahead of you, of course. So there's these two elements to it itself. And so you've got Frodo and Sam, and then you got the rest. We are kind of hanging around in the central Gondor area. The point of the whole epic battle for Peligir, the big city of Peligir, is we sneak into the city, open up the gates so that Aragorn can come in, along with the Grey. It's Aragorn, the Grey Company, Legolas, Gimli, and the armies of the dead. Through the course of the epic battle itself, they actually come into the city and they capture the city for the forces, and then there you go. You got ships now.
Yay, ships!
It helps. It's better than
It
walking
does,
on water.
yeah.
And speaking of ships, we do have, if I remember correctly, we do have a guild house, and we have player housing as well in the game, correct?
Sure do. The guild house itself has got some decorations ranging from basic crafted stuff that folks have donated to some items that were gained through work in Rohan. Either crafting stuff in Rohan or from turning in quests and getting rewards like that. Like that, we have a big chair in the main part of our house. We also have a big geode from Moria, and then it's nice because folks have crafted stuff and they just donate it.
Right. And then for the personal housing, if I remember correctly, can't you display like boss trophies and other things, quest trophies?
Sure can. The game itself, there's basic stuff that you can craft for decorations, but then you also have items that can drop from beating a boss. So there's like armor sets that Remnareg, I think is the way to say the name. His armor set is, on a stand. There's also a crow from this one boss in Karn Doom. My favorite actually is the Sword of Tharlach, the Balrog from the Rift of Ner'zgarshu. It's a
Ooh.
gigantic sword that sits in the front yard, and I've been trying to get. I had it for an old guild, so now I'm trying to get it for this one because I lost it.
So basically, it's get off my lawn for Lord of the Rings.
Gigantic sword, yeah.
Nice.
I have a skull of the dragon. I think it's Thorog. Skull of the undead dragon from Helgrod's instance. Have that mounted on a little thing. But my favorite piece right now is this gigantic fountain. We have this huge swan fountain from Lothlorien, and that's sitting in the front yard. Then we have a stage off to the side, which is where our guild musicians like to play. The guild musicians being Max, Pell, Max and Pell from Star Wars, Apples from Star Wars, and then Lotwook from the Nomads. And I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting somebody else. They're playing a couple tunes. They use that stage there.
Great.
Very cool. And for anyone that thinks, the character just gets up and plays a preset thing of music, the interface, you can actually upload and program in which notes on the instruments you're going to play, and so it is truly making music in the game. It's not just a preset, hit a key and your character starts playing a song. It's you've got to play the song.
Yeah, you switch into music mode itself, and then at that point, then you can load these files that are called ABC files. And one of the easiest things to do is use a plug-in music manager. It makes it a lot easier to handle the files themselves. Then you sync up with the other people that are playing that same file together, and it sounds it's nice. A couple of the folks from that play music in AIE Podcast were courted by a big guild called the Lonely Mountain Band.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty neat. Lonely Mountain Band showed up one time while they were playing in Bree, on the main stage in Bree, and they said, if you guys want to play, just let us know. We'll
that's cool.
play with us.
Very cool.
Very cool.
All right, so any more Lord of the Rings news we want to talk about?
That's pretty much all the major updates since last time I was here. So the game just keeps going.
Great. Well, I think that's about it for our show tonight. While the chat room starts beginning titles. Dux, thank you so much for joining us. Lord of the Rings is such a cool, expansive game, and it's great to hear everything that's going on in it. Now, if our guests want to find you, how can they do this?
Well, I have a Twitter account, at Historic Geek. You can always use that one if you got any questions about the game itself or just whatever. You can always use that to find me. That's easy. And then contact me through the forums. I check the forums every day. I answer if there's any questions like that. Check the AIE forums. There's a lot of folks out there.
Awesome.
If you have a question or comment about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can listen to me cough and follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. I am at Aludra_AIE. Michaela is at Cyberwave, and Tetsemi is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website at theaiepodcast.com. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all of the great AIE member segments we received this week, including Ask Miss Mulgra, Epic Diapers, and Overly Dramatic News.
Next week, we'll be talking to Link Theris. This is going to be a long show, in the World of Warcraft. So until then, AIE, this is Makala.
And this is Aludra.
This is Tetsemi, and this has been the AIE Podcast. Yay!
All right. Dux, thank you so much. It was a great show.
Thank you.
Yep, it was awesome. And the big issue with running this podcast is now I have to load up every game. Sometimes somebody gets on, I'm like, gotta go load up Lord of the Rings Online again.
Right.
I actually have a lifetime, when they were selling the lifetime subscriptions.
Yep.
I actually have one of those, and I know a while back. They said, okay, well, if you have this, that converts to this in turbine points, then it means you get like an allowance of whatever.
You're getting about 700 turbine points a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they
So,
expire?
I'm a founder and a lifer.
nice.
Do they expire?
So,
No.
Cool. So he's just stockpiling them when he doesn't play.
yeah, I should log in and go look. So, very cool. Let's see. Show title: Bjorn again. Monster Tribes. I think we got it.
Very nice.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that Van Flick could not be here, but we appreciate it, Ducks, and look forward to talking more with this next time we have you on, and maybe you'll see some of us in game, hopefully.
Yeah, Van signed me up for this.
You did,
okay.
I saw that.
We need to be on the podcast. We need to be on the podcast. Like, you gonna be there?
Well, you can give him hell in game, so
If I ever see him.
yeah.
So I have a good friend who's the artistic director of a theater group, and what I call that is, thank you for auditioning, you've just been cast. When he just calls you up and says, hey, I need you to do this for me.
Van is very, we should do this. This is going to be awesome. Yay. It's like, you going to be there?
No.
I don't know.
That's when you have a backup for when you're not there.